Welcome to One Brother's Mind, and I am KD Smooth. Today we will question and challenge popular information and views from a B1 perspective, while we expose the real facts you need. We do this to strengthen your logical, critical, and discerning thinking skills. Because in today's world, hard choices are mandatory and they come with consequences. So you need all the information. And at One Brother's Mind, we do this from a B1 Yeshua the Christ followers perspective. Now, if you're not ready, you better get ready with KD Smooth at One Brother's Mind. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. It's KD Smooth coming back at you again with a new broadcast. Family, today's broadcast we're going to cover here at One Brother's Mind, or it's called The Convergence. That's what we're calling today's broadcast, The Convergence, family. The Convergence. What we mean by that here at One Brother's Mind is we're going to go over briefly a lot of the different major things that are happening in the world that some you may be aware of and been following, but others you're not aware of maybe and have not been following that you need to get up to speed on this. We're not going to go into major details on these particular things because we got a long list of items, unfortunately. And they're all going on. They're all kind of happening all at the same time. Hence, the convergence. And ultimately, family, this is an attempt to make you aware of the things that you're not aware, like I said, and not following, and get you to update yourself and ultimately help you determine if you're really prepared or prepared as much as you really need to be for all the insanity that's going on in the world today. I'm not talking about the little popular news stories and all that. Now, most of these stories that I'm going to cover, they're not, some of them are popular, but some of them they're not being really reported on or really being emphasized. So you may not really be aware. And but you need to be. So, yeah, we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna show you a few screenshots, family. I got a couple quick, really short videos to show you, and from there, yeah, this is gonna be a wild ride. We're kind of doing this off the dome here at One Brother's Mind. This is kind of a hodgepodge or a convergence of the things that KD Smooth is also watching and paying attention to, trying to be aware of, and most importantly, trying to be prepared for as much as we can be. So yeah, let's get into it. As y'all see the screenshot, a little bit of everything going on. Hence the convergence. You know, you got weather disasters going on, the inflation that's happening right now in the U.S. And a lot of other places around the world. It's going crazy. I think I just heard a report earlier today that the Fed just raised, or they made an interest rate adjustment. Let me say that to try to slow down inflation, different things like that. You got the food and supply shortages that are pretty much nationwide, as well as in other countries. Like I said, you got fires, you got tornadoes, you got, we'll soon be having floods and hurricanes. You got the war over there with Russia and Ukraine. And what's man, and that ain't all, y'all. That ain't all. That is not all. So we're gonna quickly try to go through these and get you up to speed. I hope to plant a seed to spark your interest to research these items, inform yourselves, family, and hopefully also motivate you more to get prepared for whatever's coming. Because there's some stuff that's here and already, as well as some new stuff coming. And wow. So let's go. All right. Family. I don't know if y'all been following this bird flu situation that has been reported, but here recently we're now up to about 36 million chickens and turkeys that had to be slaughtered and just gotten rid of because they were infected with the bird flu. That's driving up prices on poultry, as well as even more so exacerbating the shortages. When you go to your grocery store trying to find some wings or whatever part of the chicken that you are looking for, it's hurting a lot of businesses. Not only because the cost of the poultry supplies that they use for their menu are dramatically increasing, but there's just literal shortages. And a lot of y'all family, y'all going to your favorite restaurant or pop up or pull up, trying to get that goodness, that yummy goodness they got. And they're out. They've ran out, sold out, just literally don't have it on the menu anymore. Or even if they do, you quickly notice that the price, they done had to jack up the price real high. Now you don't want to even buy it. You're like, wait, it was $10 yesterday. How is it $17 today? And they're unfortunately having to try to explain to people, hey, I'm just a business person. We're controlled by, inflation. The price is rising on this stuff. So as that rises, we have to raise our prices. That's how it works. Then in addition, you got your good old boy, the Texas Governor Abbott came up with this border policy for the supply trucks coming in from the southern border, coming in through Texas, where he decided he's going to step up inspections to the point to where normally the level of inspections or the frequency of those inspections they would like do inspect one truck per hour. 1 out of 4, let me say that, 1 out of 4 trucks per hour. But they stepped them up so dramatically, where you get the image on your screen, the whole highway is blocked. You got truck drivers reporting that they literally were sitting in these traffic jams of supply trucks, for up to 12 to 14 hours. Whereas before, it would only take them like an hour to get through the border, the whole border itself, and get on to their destination to deliver the supplies. Now they sitting just at the border waiting up to 12 to 14 hours to get through, which dramatically slows down the supplies that were already slowed down. And as you see on your screen, there's estimated cost that it literally in 10 days he cost the U.S. about $9 billion. That's the estimate. In lost cost. That's hitting everybody, y'all. That's hitting you at the grocery store. That's hitting the restaurant people. That's everything and everybody. That's a little bit of everything. Y'all see the picture on these trucks. They're sitting there waiting. Okay? Man. So after he did this for a few days, or what is this, 10 days there, he announced that he was going to ease the restrictions. Wink, wink, you know. I mean, he originally said he was added these restrictions to cut down on drug trafficking and human trafficking. They didn't find not one bag of drugs, not one truck with no human being in it, nowhere. So that's what he said he was doing it for. Oh, man. But it's hitting my pocket and yours. Oh, we got more. There's more. Like I said, this is rapid fire. Newsweek reported. Y'all done heard it. Y'all done seen it. Everybody done seen it. The leak report from the Supreme Court about overturning Roe versus Wade, the abortion rights, they from all reports, it's looking like they're going to literally take abortion rights away, make it illegal. All right. Katie Smooth, let me tell you up front, ladies and gentlemen, Katie Smooth is not God. Let me say that off top. So you get no judgment from Katie Smoot. You all are grown adults to make whatever decisions you want to make, and particularly ladies, you're making whatever decisions you want to make. I can't judge you. My sins are just as bad as yours, according to Scripture. So you get no judgment from me. I don't look down my nose at nobody or no lady for nothing. I'm walking around hoping ain't nobody looking down at me because of my sins and my shortcomings, according to Scripture. So, but this affects things, or will. Now, be clear, family. According to reports, it wouldn't even go into effect until like June of this year, 2022. But wow. There are already so-called liberal or democratic states lining up to designate themselves as sanctuary abortion states or cities. Ooh, that's kind of rough. The other states that are wanting this change, they're passing laws already to criminalize the mothers, any doctors performing them, and setting up ready to prosecute. Yeah. So, and then there's going to be stuff where some of these states are going to want to cross state lines with their prosecutions as well. And just a quick note on this also, family. There's reports out there that since Roe v. Wade first came into the rights first came into place, that we've black family, we've lost upwards to about 20 million. If I understand my reports correctly, 20 up to 20 million of us didn't get a chance. That's a hard pill to swallow. As well as actually deciding to go through with this process for you ladies, and having to live with that for the rest of your lives. There's people that are on both sides. There's people that support you, says that, that's your right and ain't nothing wrong with it. That argue that life doesn't begin. They even quote some scriptures, or attempt to, that life doesn't begin until the breath of life enters the body. And then, of course, the people on the other side also that use scriptures like, no, life begins at conception. Life begins at conception. Again, Katie Smooth is not God. You got to do your research and talk to the God you serve to figure out what's right for you. Then the other question is, what could be some of the reasons behind, the other reasons other than just the political arguments? What could there be some spiritual reasons behind this change? Or some other population control reasons? I've heard people and reports talking about they want to change this because, if y'all been following the statistics, America is becoming darker and darker, or blacker and blacker every year. Because the birth rate for white people has been dropping for years. They're not replacing themselves fast enough. Okay? And there's reports, I think in approximately 20 years, 25 years, they're talking about America's going to be a black and brown country. White people are going to be the minority. Could it be for that reason? Things you need to ponder and research. I say there's many reasons why this is happening. Some we're aware of now, and some we'll become aware of later. Also, I don't know if y'all been listening and hearing about these food plant fires. Yeah, just random food processing plant fires all over the United States. Just boom, 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 everywhere. What's going on there? Is it just coincidence, or is there like a planned? Is this like a planned conspiracy going on? Something that is happening, you got just everywhere. And these are, most of them, pretty significant fires that also, as I mentioned, are affecting our food supply and the supply chain. Many of the things, you pretty much are at the point now, family, where you can make your grocery list and go to the grocery store. I don't think nobody's coming home from the grocery store anymore having bought everything on their grocery list that they wanted to buy, because there's a lot of items that the grocery store just didn't have. Now, today, when you go to the grocery store, or you got to go drive around 3, 4, 5 different grocery stores trying to find, all the ingredients to whatever you trying to have at home, or your recipe or what have you. It's getting bad, y'all. Not to mention, of course, as I already said, the inflation. Everything's going up high. There's things that have already doubled in price. I saw a report, restaurateur was talking about, he had a bag of limes, like lemon and limes. He was like, 3 years ago, this bag of limes was $2.50. He's like, today it's $6. Just a bag of limes. It's more than doubled in price. And the restaurateurs, they have no choice. They have to pass that cost on to the consumer to stay in business. So, yeah, I'm gonna move it. Don't worry about it, family. I got you. I'm blowing this up some more so y'all can, briefly take a moment to see some of these stories. Each bullet point is a different food processing plant or food plant fire. Okay? I want y'all to really have opportunity to take a screenshot, look them up. There's a whole bunch. There's a lot of people talking about, it's conspiracy. That these are being done on purpose to further drive up inflation, to further deepen the shortages, etc., etc. So many people even speculate that these companies are doing these fires to collect insurance money. Trying to recoup some of the monies that they lost during the we don't use that C word here or the V word, we call it the predator. Over the last couple of years that done seem to ease up right now, we call it the predator. Well, they lost a lot of money during the predator. So could they be collecting insurance money with these fires, recouping their losses? Again, family, I'm gonna adjust it for you so y'all can try and see what you can, get a good visual. Take a screenshot. Pause the video. Write them down. Make notes. Whatever you got to do. There's a whole lot of. Okay. There you go. Each bullet point is a different fire. And these all just happened here, most of them, in the last, 12 months. Some even more recent, most even more recent than that. Okay, now you have all these fires going on. Food processing plant fires, plus at the same time frame, the truck border jacked up stuff there in Texas. I just showed y'all. Then y'all remember, I ain't even put that on the screen. Remember the ships backed up at the ports in California? There are hundreds of ships out there off the port. A lot of them ships still there. They ain't cleared all them that whole ship traffic jam out yet. That takes a while. You can't just overnight or a couple nights clear that out. No. Because you got to have the ships, got to get in to physically dock. The crew, you got to have enough crew on the dock to unload the ships and put all the cargo where it needs to properly be. And then you got to have the crew to load the cargo onto the actual trucks that are waiting to deliver the cargo. And I keep saying crew because there's worker shortage, y'all. So they struggling having enough crew on these docks. In addition to that, you got a shortage with truck drivers. So there's not enough truck drivers, and therefore not enough trucks there moving the cargo once it's loaded out. You're getting across the country to making these deliveries. They behind like crazy. It's woo. It's a lot, y'all. It's a whole lot. Are you prepared? You got your food stores, your food preps up, family? Did you start growing your own food this year? If you hadn't already before, did you start this year? So you got some food that you're growing for yourself at your home, for you and your family. So no matter what happens, you got some food to eat. Did you? Okay. Then you got these knuckleheads over here. And what's going on there with Russia and Ukraine? You got that going down. Just a few days ago, Putin cut off the oil supplies to Poland. The oil and gas supplies. He cut them off because he had already informed them months ago that they were now required to pay for their oil and gas supplies in the Russian currency. What's the name of it? I can't think of it. Can't think of it right now. Whatever the Russian currency is, it was like, y'all got to start paying us in that, not dollars, not US dollars. The rubles. Y'all got to pay us in that. And they didn't, so, okay. Y'all cut off. Like, now what Poland gonna do? They as soon as they got cut off, we all right. We gonna be all right. We can handle it. Yeah, right. You believe that? You man, I ain't even gonna say it. And then, like I did in my previous report or last report on the Ukraine-Russian war, a lot of people ain't paying attention. But if you blow the map up or zoom out from Russia and Ukraine, if you zoom out, you ain't got to zoom far, and you start to see the other big player that's right there south of Russia. It's China. You know they watching, and most likely helping out Russia in a lot of ways with arms and supplies and resources. Because like I said in that report, that previous One Brother's Mind report, if NATO further infringes on Russia's territory, they just right down the street from China. So they see what's happening. Trust me on that. They see what's happening. All right? There's a whole new reset, a new world order, as they call it, happening, y'all. Y'all better be paying attention. Y'all better be paying attention. Gas prices, because of this, they claim our gas prices went up higher because of this. That's the claim. Or are they just price gouging us? This war is happening over there, and then it shouldn't affect us, but are the oil companies and things here and in other places in the world, are they just taking advantage of the situation and price gouging everybody. Steal money. I don't know. Here's an odd question, family. Do you have a secondary mode of transportation at your home? Especially something that doesn't require gas? Uh-oh. How about just a bike? Do you got a bicycle? Do you got enough bicycles for everybody in your family? In case all the gas get gone, you can't get no gas, and y'all still got to get your move on somewhat kind of which way? A regular old school bike, y'all better. A lot of y'all, especially the older family, y'all sit back, man, ain't riding nobody. Okay, keep on playing. You gotta have alternatives. Okay? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. There's a lot of people, or a lot more people, that are starting to practice, not letting their gas tanks in their vehicles get below half tank anymore. So at least if something happened real drastically with the gas again, or the prices continue to go up, they got a half tank's worth in there to work with. To get them around for a little while. I haven't seen a report today of, with the high gas prices, of a lady came out, went and filled her car up yesterday, and then she came out today and went to start a car, but the car wouldn't start. She had her car towed to the repair shop, and they tested and checking everything. Guess what they found? They jacked the car up, raised the car up in the car shop for her, and brought her in. They brought her under the car, and they showed her. They said, "Look here, there's a little bitty hole that somebody had literally drilled into her gas tank under her car." They literally just drilled a hole, had a funnel with a hose on it, and some other gas cans, some big gas cans with the other end of the hose was stuck in. They drilled that hole and let her gas overnight run out, running through this hose into some gas cans they had waiting, and they sucked out all her gas that way. And it most likely in her neighborhood wasn't just her car. They probably hit several cars. So family, if you have your car parked outside and not in a garage somewhere, you better, try your best to park it as close as you can to your door. Keep it under surveillance. Keep it in a well-lit area, secure as it can be, and watch it. Can't just go sleep all night. People out there in them streets, y'all. Whether they doing it because they don't want to pay the high gas prices, or they literally can't afford to, they gonna find ways, family, to get gas. Are they gonna get it from you? Literally, drill the little hole, right in the tank under her car. Let it just leak out like you're changing the oil. It don't take a couple minutes for a whole tank of gas to run out. It don't take long. They just put those tanks filled up, just that they brought with them, just put them in their vehicle and drive off. I mean, it's crazy right now. And if they doing that type of stuff now, you got gas $3.50, $4.50, $5, $6 an hour, $6 a gallon in a lot of West Coast states and other larger cities. What happens when it gets $6 a gallon? Most places, most cities, sell them $8 a gallon. What do you think they're gonna do? And here's a special note. But before I give you the special note, remember, ladies and gentlemen, to please like, share, and subscribe to One Brother's Mind. Share. We're trying to build our channels because we're trying to provide you with the facts and information you need. But another special note, make sure in this type of situation about the gas, the people just literally stifling or drilling the gas out. Make sure you got your power tools, family. Do you got your power tools? Because you never know when you're going to have to put in some work. It's always going to be somebody that's going to try you. So, family, y'all gotta y'all gotta pay attention to this stuff. All right, before we do that story, let's do this story. Some of y'all saw what was on the screen. Let's do this story first. This is a quick video. I want y'all to check out, and just something to put a little nugget in your ear. That's all.
What if I told you that just a couple of days ago, Israel swapped out the U.S. currency for the Chinese yuan? Check this out. So right here is an article from Israel 365 News. It is from 3 days ago. For the first time, Israel's central bank replaces the U.S. dollar reserves with the Chinese currency. So according to this article, the U.S. currency of Israel is being swapped out for the Chinese yuan. You see, with the currencies of Asia, you have the Japanese yen and the Chinese yuan. What is important about this, though? Well, as I was doing some research, I learned what the Chinese yuan was. And let me tell you this much. It doesn't stem from Chinese origin. It's Hebrew origin. And check what it means. Here you go. So right here is a website. What is the origin of the name Yan? Yan as a boy's name is of Hebrew origin. Yan means Yahweh is merciful. So wait a minute. Yan means Yahweh is merciful? And it's of Hebrew origin? Guys, there's something fishy going on here. Israel's getting backed by the Chinese currency. It's Yan. Yan is of Hebrew origin, which means Yahweh is merciful. Not only that, the Yan is being backed by gold. In the kingdom of Solomon in 1 Kings 10:14, he had 666 talents of gold, 666, and it's all lining up with the New Jerusalem project. Guys, I want you to think about that. And if you want more on this, go watch.
All right, family. Yeah. Just wanted to drop that one on you real quick. Family. Just to give you a quick, excuse me. Just a quick hitter. Just something that you may not have heard about. Not really been reported big time everywhere. Okay, family. Now let's go to this. Like I said, this is quick hitters. Just to put a feather in your cap. Now, some of you know what this is. This is, family, for those that don't know, this is in the administrative park or area for the Cern project, CERN, the Hadron Collider project in Switzerland. Okay. where they're particle colliding particles. The particles is colliding the collidings and particles. That's some interesting stuff going on there, family. If you haven't been watching, you better be watching. You need to be at least aware. They doing some breaking some new ground, literally. The whole project is reported to be searching for what's called dark matter, right? Some of y'all going, well, what the hell is some dark matter? Exactly. Dark matter is considered to be the unseen force holding things together. I'm going to repeat that. Dark matter is believed to be the unseen force holding things together. Yeah. So, some people is like, that ain't that God? You tell me, fam. There's other people that believe it's actually being used, playing around with the dark matter. It's being used to open up Apollyon's bottomless pit spoken of in the prophecy of the book of Revelations, chapter 9. You know, that pit that the demons and whatnot are supposed to be crawling back out of, taking over the world. That one. Did you know? What's your way? You need to do some research. They've been doing this. It's been going on for a few years. This is not brand new. And this, what you see on your screen, is their statue. That's a pagan god. I'm trying to remember the goddess name. I had it on my mind. I don't tip my tongue. But look it up. Look up Cern statue. Google it. And you'll find it. Then you'll find the goddess name, the pagan goddess name. It's literally, why would you put a pagan goddess as your icon, as your statue on your property? Just a thought. Okay. So family, I got another one for you. Going right on. This is quick hitters. Have y'all, been made yourself aware and are paying attention to this issue going on, this drought problem on the West Coast? On your screen specifically, this is the Colorado River. Yeah, that's the Colorado River. Look up, Google some images. I should have put them side by side, but Google some image of the Colorado River 5 years ago or 10 years ago. And then look at this one. Wow. It's bad, y'all. Oh my God, it's bad. It's so bad. The Colorado River is so low that the government, the feds there, have started to hold the water back. They're not even letting the river water flow anymore because they have to have a certain amount of water because it's a hydro plant. Okay? Those that don't know, that's a plant that makes electricity from water. It's a hydro-powered plant they built in there. So, it's so low, they can't let no more water go. Too much is dried up already. So they have to hold on to the water that they have there. And what's that do? That cuts down the amount of water that the people in the surrounding cities and states have access to. Right? It cuts people off. They saying we gonna provide electricity. Y'all want us to provide electricity or do y'all want water? Y'all can't have both. That's basically what's starting to happen. And if you've been following in California already started announcing water shortages and the restrictions on water usage. And the summer ain't even started. They have already had fires in Arizona. Family. They got fires in Arizona, fires in Texas, other fires on the West Coast that, especially the West Coast fires, their primary cause is because of drought. So I don't have to predict, family. Here at One Brother's Mind, we don't have to predict. There's going to be some major fires on the West Coast this year. It's going to burn down a lot of people's houses and properties. It's just going to happen. That's easy one. Okay, family? And it's because of the drought they got going on. What's the drought? What is this drought doing to the farmers on the West Coast? There's reports that I heard real recently that they done told a lot of the farmers they not giving the farmers no, they cutting out the water to the farmers. Wait, how they gonna cut the water off to the farmers? They growing the food. They gotta spray the crop. No, they cutting them off in the really bad drought areas. So, what's the farmers supposed to do? I would assume they're going to have to try to, if they want to try to save and maintain their crops, they're going to have to try to truck water in to their farms. Trust me, family. That's a crazy additional cost and expense that they're not set up for. So the ones that somehow are able to figure out how to do it, they're going to have to take loans out and go into debt trying to do that, praying that at a later time the government will come around and try to offer them a little salvation and help with their little monies to help pay back their loans and stuff that they had to take trying to survive. And then specifically, family, this the white farmers that are getting cut off. Guess what you thinking? How bad is this on the black farmers? Ooh, man, just some things to think about, family. So a lot of these food shortages and things, it's not gonna get no better for a while. If it ever so-called returns back to what we were used to before the predator. Really? That, again, also, California Governor Newsom, he reported already, we're going to be doing rolling blackouts this summer, y'all. For those young people that don't know, California has often done rolling blackouts throughout history. Here, what that is where they just basically, at supposedly random, but they circle off sections of California to literally say, okay, these sections that we got circled off here, we're going to shut their electricity off. All of it. Boom. Put them in a blackout situation for a few hours, half a day, or whatever it is that they decide. They do that to try to not overstress their electrical grid, their electrical power system. Because, in the summer when it gets hot, California, Arizona, Vegas, it's 115, 125 outside. And don't believe them knucklehead people talking about that's a dry heat. It's okay. No, I've been there. Family, just open your oven up in the house and jump in. That's what that feel like. Go on ahead. Just don't. And so everybody running their ACs all day long every day. It's too much power. They don't have enough electricity to supply all that power to everybody. So they have to take sections of the cities and states and literally just turn the power off. Just flip the switch. Bam! You ain't got no power till we say so. You know, so many hours of the day. They usually don't shut them down for the whole day or not like that, but it could be 4, 6, 8 hours, 10 hours, whatever they decide. And then when they turn the power on, or, you know, before they turn the power back on for those blacked out areas, they have whole other areas, city areas and state areas that they've already set to say, okay, this is going to be phase 2 of the blackout. They black them out, all of phase 2, boom, hit the switch, cut them off. They all off? Yeah, all right. Then they turn phase 1 part of the blackout areas that were in phase 1, they turn them back on. So there's not the total whole system up, you know, making the whole system crash. Rolling blackouts. You want to be you know, a lot of people talking about they love the West Coast, Arizona, California, all that. All right, hey man, don't be turning my power off. Don't be turning my air off in the middle of summer. What them people gonna do? What you gonna do when they turn your power off? Again, family, are you prepared? Do you got, I know some of y'all saying, I got my generator, yeah, but it's gas, right? And if you got a gas generator, when they turn the power off, once you run out of gas, guess what? You can't go to the gas station and get no more gas, because the gas station ain't got power either. Which is why solar is the best backup power option going, and what you need to be working toward getting. It's way more expensive. I know, I'm working on it myself. Trying to make the stacks meet the stacks to get a system set up, because the blackouts, they ain't gonna just hit the West Coast. There's gonna be stuff that happens. You got hurricanes and storms and tornadoes. Man, you need some power. You need solar power, because gas only get you through a few days. Then what? Again, family, are y'all prepared? Are you ready? The Convergence. This is in addition to all this other stuff that you already been watching, and all the local, national, U.S. stuff, the craziness, all the insanity. Oh, I forgot one. Is the Predator gonna come back? They already are reporting, and again, for those that join us late, we don't use the C or the V words, because y'all know how it is in these YouTube streets. We call that thing that now, as reported, has killed 1 million people in the U.S., the Predator, over the last 2 years or so. Is that going to come back? Is that going to make a resurgence this summer or at some point? They're already reporting that there's a new strain of it. What is it? The B120, the B26, or whatever they calling it. They already reporting that new strain is now in many states the dominant strain of the reported cases, the current reported cases. And it's more infectious than all the previous versions. Is it going to come back? Y'all ready for that? Y'all ready for the Predator? The Predator 2? Yeah. There's so much going on, family. It's crazy. It's crazy. In addition, have y'all been paying attention? I ain't even put them on the screen. Have y'all been paying attention to these solar flares that's been popping off the last month or so. Y'all, family, for those that don't know, the ones that know, just hold on a minute. Let me talk to the family that don't know, that ain't paying attention to them. Y'all, come here for a second. Solar flares can cause all kind of power problems, power grid problems, communication problems with your cell phones. It can knock out your cell service, other communications. A big enough solar flare hit, it'll knock out the internet. It'll knock out all communications. Yeah. And there's some really big ones happening right over the last few weeks. Sun's doing a lot of really strange things right now. Have you been preparing yourself? Have you been watching? Have you been keeping yourself informed? What happens if your cell phone and internet just goes out? And it don't come back just within a few minutes. No. Big solar flare. Bam! It's gone. Half a day, couple of days, a week. What you gonna do? No cell phone, no internet, no other types of, communication. Most of it got knocked out by the solar flare. What you gonna do? How you gonna live? Talking about getting knocked back to the future, back to the 70s. Oh, we go back to the 70s real fast. Real fast. I know I be trying to find me. I didn't even think about that. I wonder if I got one of them old rotary phones around the house. I can hook up to the wall, the old wall connection, and I gotta research that. If I can hook that up there and drive over in that situation, the phone come and say, "Hey, turn my wall, my line, my phone line, the old school line back on, so I can have a phone." I gotta research, see if that's possible. That's a good question. But it's things like that you gotta family. It's so much. Are y'all paying attention? Okay. Now let me give you this here. This is we talked about. We started off with weather disasters. I just want to share this with you real quick, family. Share this video with you real quick, and we'll come right back. Chop it up some more. This is a tornado in Kansas, family. A tornado in Kansas. Look at this. That was caught with a drone footage in HD. It's literally turning them houses in the paper and flinging that stuff around. Look at this. And it's crazy how the houses just south or closer to the screen are not even being touched. But these houses that's in the line of where it's traveling, ooh, look at that. Family. If you've never been in a tornado, I know I haven't. I've never been there. I actually seen a small one off in the distance once, briefly, but I never seen nothing like this. Or I've never been in nothing like that. All right. So, family. Yeah. Y'all ready for something like that? Family? Are y'all ready? You got the whole tornado alley that's gonna get hot. That's gonna get hot this year, family. The convergence, all of these things. I mean, weather disasters. Where you got your preps and stuff. You know, if you get a report during a storm that there's a tornado heading your way, family, it's on the way. What you gonna do? Do you know? Are you and your family prepared or knowledgeable about what you need to do? Where you need to go? Is there a way for you to be safe within your home? Or not? Oftentimes you only have minutes of notification. Oftentimes, do you have a shelter in your yard if you got a piece of land? Do you, what you gonna do? Let's say you got all your preps. You got your garden, your raised bed garden, you're growing food, you got water storage, you got all your preps. You're doing good, your food store, you're doing great. And then a tornado come flying right through your house. Bye-bye preps. Right? They're gone. What you gonna do? You have a bug out setup, a bug out situation, a bug out bag, a bug out vehicle. Let's say that, you got the notice 10, 15 minutes in advance. And it shows you the direction it was coming, which was right for where you live, you and your family. You got the kids together and said, okay, y'all, come on. Get in the car. Let's go. And you went to drive in complete opposite direction of where the tornado was coming to get out the way, to get to safety. Okay. You come back after the tornado came through praying it didn't hit your house, but it did. Those people on the video you saw, they came back home a couple of hours later. If they had all their raised bed garden preps, their food stores, their water store, they had all this, their generator, all that there at the house. And they had to drive away because the tornado was coming. Now all that's toe up and gone. What you gonna do? That's a situation where some people, have started buying these the campers, whether it be a camper to tow on the back of your truck, or the whole camper with the wheels on it and just drivable, by itself. So if they in that type of situation, they got the camper pre-prepared for use, and they get an alert saying the tornado's coming through right down their block, they can grab the family, especially if they got the camper already stocked up with their gear, their some food and all those things. They can just start the camper up, back it up, drive the opposite way. At least now they got a place to live in. If they come home and their home is destroyed, they can live in the camper somewhere and park somewhere. That's better than coming back in your car and you're like, oh my, where the house gone? Where? All you see is grass and shrubbery. Are you prepared? Did you got your camper? Come on, the whole point of this video is to ask family, are you prepared for for the things that are coming, that are known, and the things that are coming that we don't know about. Most of us family are single adults, single parents, whatever you want to call it. It's hard to be all prepped up being a single adult. The costs are higher, expenses, things of that nature. And think about this, family. I say some of these disasters and things happen or get worse or whatever, and people, at some point, people gonna come test you. Pookie and them, Karen and Darren, they gonna come test you at some point. Cause they hungry. They need gas. They need food. They need something. They gonna come test you. They gonna try to come up in your house. Okay? They trying to come up in your house. They gonna come test you. Cause they looking for what they need. You got your power tools ready? Got enough ammo? I mean, what if Pookie, Karen, and Darren? It's 4, 5, 6 of them. What if they group up to come to your house and it's just you, and maybe you and your small children that you by yourself? You can't use your power tools in all directions, especially if they kind of split up and come at you, try to come attack you from different directions on your property at your house. What you gonna do? Yeah, that's the vulnerability of being an individual person trying to protect yourself and your family. So, families, immediate families, are y'all making plans? Are y'all grouping up? Are y'all having discussions saying, hey, if any of these types of things start to happen, whatever, we need to come together? You're able to mount a much better defense as a group, a small group, than you are by yourself. Or do you got a bunch of knuckleheads in your family, that ain't paying attention to nothing, still partying, don't care, no care in the world, ain't prepping, thinking wrong that when something go bad, they're going to come knock on your door? Or just as bad, you got a bunch of people, the people just what? No, I ain't got to do all that. Jesus is going to take care of me. I ain't got to prep nothing. I ain't got to put no gas, nothing storage, nothing together. Jesus going to make a way. Even in scripture, it says for you to watch and prepare yourself in many places. So, real quick, like I said, family, I just wanted to do a quick broadcast to bring a lot of these things on your mind. There's a lot going on all at the same time. The convergence. And these things are all going on right now. Wow, crazy things. Right now. Oh, I think I left one out. Did I? Yeah, I left it out. Your boy Putin threatened the other NATO nations like the U.S. and so forth. He said, if y'all keep helping Ukraine or decide to help them more, I'm just going to start dropping nukes on y'all. Yeah, homeboy said that. We just, that according to reports, international reports, meaning news reports and information sources outside the U.S., Russia is preparing for nuclear war. They ain't playing. Are you prepared for nuclear? Do you know what to do if a nuclear attack occurs? I'm okay. I'm gonna chill there. I think I done covered everything. These are like the big things. Like I said, there's a whole lot of course, smaller issues. They don't seem smaller, but you know, you got the racism issues, you got the employment issues, you got, oh man, you got so many other things going on, but they're more on a I don't want to say smaller scale, but they're not like global threat issues or national threat issues. Today with this Convergence broadcast, I wanted to cover briefly a lot of the large issues, the global or national issues that we got to be prepared for. And it ain't that this stuff is coming, it's already here. You can't keep saying it's coming no more. This stuff is everything other than the nuclear attacks that I covered in this broadcast is already here. Are you ready? Are you prepared? You got your food storage? Did you start growing your own food this year if you hadn't already? Got your water and water storage, water filtration systems. You got your backup power systems, your solar power banks. You got your power tools, plenty of ammo, because you never know. As Professor Black Truth says, when you have to put in some work. Do you have backup meds, family? If something major happens, most of y'all gonna be out of meds and within a few weeks, 2-3 weeks, it's gonna be over. Something really bad happen? Worse than COVID, where you can't even go out. They I said that word, man. Worse than the Predator? At least during the Predator, they finally got to the point where they're like, we got to go deliver this stuff. They started doing med deliveries. But what if it's like a nuclear attack or some other major long-term disaster problem? How long before you gonna start to choke out because you ain't got no meds? No meds backed up. Yeah. Just some things to put on your mind, family. There's a lot that's happening in this convergence. And the fact that all this stuff is happening right now at the same time, as far as we are concerned here at One Brother's Mind, means it's only going to get worse. So let's chop it up in the comments, y'all. Let me know what y'all think. What are y'all thinking? You know, are y'all preparing? What new preps did y'all start this year? Are y'all doing, you know, are y'all following and keeping yourself informed on? It's hard because it's so much. I get it. So many different things, y'all, but which is why I did this video, is like just a quick hitter to kind of get you, plant a seed here and there on the things that you were not following, you were not informed about. You know, you got your cell phone right there in your hand. If nothing else, Google, read an article or two, do some research, man. Educate yourself. Be knowledgeable. Come up with a plan and say, okay, if whatever it is I'm looking at, if this happened to me or in my area, what do I need to do to try to survive it? That's all. Start asking those questions and researching them. Y'all got YouTube, stop watching the YouTube jacked up little silly fights and just people acting a fool, the little crazy TikToks. Stop watching that stuff. Or at least half the time, watch stuff that is informing you about how to survive, what to do in these various situations. Okay, friend? So again, please like, share, subscribe here at One Brother's Mind. That's what we're trying to do. Provide information you need. And this concludes this broadcast for One Brother's Mind. We thank you for joining us. And as a part of the new Black media, B1 choices are mandatory and being on code is required. But never fear. Yeshua the Christ is with you always. Shalom.